What critically acclaimed movie will you go to the grave saying it sucked? The Revenant. The only thing I remembered was Leo got mauled by a bear. Don't remember the plot or even his character's name because it was so forgettable. I lived in the area it was filmed for a while, and kept wanting to yell at him to stop getting into the water. You are going to give yourself hypothermia. Sling Blade. I still shake my head in trying to figure out why it was so well received. I do applaud Billy Bob Thornton's acting, but it just wasn't my thing. Star Wars. Any of them. To quote another movie, I don't really get into the pew 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 kinda stuff. The original Avatar. All style, no substance. Original Avatar was really groundbreaking for its time in terms of graphics. That's what the movie was about. The graphic spectacle. The story sucks ass. It was to be watched in a theater with 3D glasses on. Cameron had the idea for the movie early 90s, but couldn't make it as the tech wasn't available. With MCU we may be saturated with 3D movies now, but for its time Avatar was phenomenal. And why it made so much money. Think of it as Steamboat Willie of 3D movies. Like a cake made entirely of fondant. It looks good. It's gonna taste like shit. The second one was basically Avatar 1 but this water. They get to a new village, learn to live like them, then humans attack and there is a war. Visually awesome but nothing really outstanding. It tried to have a laudable message, but it was just so stupid and lazy. Guy downloads into an alien clone at night, just never sleeps. Bad guys are killing aliens to get hard Togeshium, then they shove their hair in a pterodactyl's ass and he gets reincarnated into an alien. I love how everyone thinks they're so much smarter than Avatar and its sequel. Yet they lack the literacy to even attempt to talk about the themes at play. Just brushing these movies off as visual spectacles says more about your ability to watch movies than it does about the movies themselves. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. What's funny is that the actual event it's based on is much more interesting. The real Hugh Glass was a trapper who was mauled by a bear. The expedition tried to take him with them to get medical attention, but they thought he didn't have much chance to make it. 2 men were assigned to stay with him until he died and bury him. The men waited for him to pass out, then stole his rifle and other equipment and rejoined the party, lying about fleeing an Indian attack. Glass regained consciousness and spent the next 6 weeks crawling over 200 miles back to the nearest town. After recovering, Glass went looking for the 2 men who left him for dead. In the movie, it was because they killed his son. In reality, he never had a son, he just wanted his shit back. He eventually found them and decided to forgive them. The Notebook. I could not suspend my disbelief. Everyone in that movie should have immediately died of hypothermia. Hugh Glass. It's based on a supposed true story. Agreed, Leo was miscast, Tom Hardy should have been the lead actor. I distinctly remember there being little to no dialogue in this movie, only the sounds of Leo grunting. I also remember the bear thing, and him sleeping inside of the dead horse. I was so confused at the end of it too. It's one of those movies that you only watch once. I didn't hate it, but I didn't not hate it either. And it beat out Fury Road for the Oscar. What horse shit is that? Damn, I commented this before even seeing your comment. I'm glad that this post has so many upvotes. An absolute borefest of a movie. The cinematography outshined the actors in this one. The IMAX cameras and natural lighting, so good.